Right, gang, I've just finished my last shift as a midwife. It's really weird, right? Because I feel like overall relief. Not because I'm not being a midwife, but because I don't have to worry about shift work anymore. And I can't tell you how amazing that feels. And to be honest, I can't imagine that I will ever sign a contract again where I will ever have to do shift work. Unless it's casual and I choose. I just don't think it fits with my life, and I just don't think it's good for my health, and I just don't want to do it. It's as simple as that. I just don't want to do shift work anymore. And like, I looked at my badge today and I thought, I wonder when I'm going to wear that again. When am I going to wear that badge again? And it feels strange. But I just feel like there's good things coming. I just feel like there's purpose. There's just something coming that's meant for me. And I do believe that we need to grow, and in order to grow, we need to change. And lots of people have messaged me like, oh, what are you going to be doing? Are you never going to be a midwife again? And I don't think that I'll never be a midwife again. But genuinely, I don't think that I can't see myself working. Oh God, I don't know if I can say it. It feels a bit sad, actually. I've made the right decision, but but saying to myself, God, I don't think I'm going to work in a hospital again. I don't know what it is. It's just like, I really believe you should listen to your instincts. And there's just something telling me that that's it, done. And that there are other things out there that I can do that can help women and people more. And I just believe that this time that I have off to concentrate on me and chill, that I'm going to be able to help other people in other ways. I've thought about potentially doing, obviously, my hypnobirthing again, parent education classes. I've also really thought about doing, it's called like birth reflections. So it's basically where anyone who has a birth and they want to discuss the birth, they have any PTSD or trauma from the birth, which can often happen, unfortunately. I really want to be able to discuss it with the women. So there's lots of people who I know who've had previous trauma, and I've had a lot of women who've come through who have done hypnobirthing with me that's had a previous history of something that's not been quite good, or they've heard horror stories from other people. And I just know that often talking through the process can help eliminate some of those worries that you've had, and it can help you on future births, future pregnancies, to relax more. And what I thought was, potentially, if I did birth reflections and I went through perhaps different traumas that you may have had or women may have had, I can then go on when you have a baby to do hypnobirthing with you, and then we have this continued care where you trust me and I can be there and your point of call. I don't know when this is going to happen. I always have random ideas. I'm always doing random stuff because I'm just I'm a manifestor manifestor, one of those. So I'm just constantly doing loads of different things at the same time. But moving forward, immediately within the next month or so, hopefully, I am waiting to hear back off some recruitment companies and also a guy who helps people buy their first homes in Australia, whether you already live here or whether you're wanting to relocate. So I'm really, really excited to be able to eventually help people, because I'm going to have so much more time. And if you have messaged me on my Instagram or anything like that, I promise at some point I will get back to you. But if I haven't, and it's about relocating or about wanting a job in midwifery, nursing, radiology, anything to do healthcare wise, drop me a message and just put at the beginning in capital letters, relocation or something like that. Or my email is on my bio on my Instagram, or my, on my Instagram. So yes, it's a mixture of emotions. I had a really lovely last day. So I was meant to finish in the middle of May, but I handed my notice in 4 weeks ago this week. And I'd given provisional dates to finish, but then I was meant to be on night shifts next week. And I was just like, I just don't want to do them. Like, I'm riddled with cold sores. I'm moving house. I've got so much going on and I just don't want to do it. So I finished my last shift today. And I went in and I was working on maternity assessment centre, and some of my favourite people were in today, and it was really not busy for the first half of the day, which was really nice. So we had chats, we had cups of tea, and the girls did a little whip around for me, and I was like, you really didn't need to do a whip around, but it was really sweet. So they were like, buy a drink when you go to the airport next time you're going away, and I was like, that's really sweet. And they went and got, someone brought in biscuits and stuff. They went and got a cake for me, and one of the domestics, who's my favourite domestic, Liza, we went and did a coffee run. She was like, you're not buying a coffee, I'm buying you the coffee. And yeah, it's one of the midwives, one of my favourite band sevens, like coordinators. She was just like, I'm so glad your mum had you and put you on this earth. You've just got such good energy and I've loved working with you. And I was like, that's really sweet. And someone else said to me, oh, I just wanted to say, I've always wanted to say it, but you just always got a smile on your face and you just bring such joy. And I was like, that is so lovely. And I've only been there for a year, and it's such a big hospital where I work. Like, often you don't see people for months on end when you're rotational and when you're off and when they're off. So it was really nice. There was a good bunch of people on today, so that was lovely. And I just feel like this is the right time for me to go, and I feel like I've definitely made the right decision, and these are the next steps, basically. I'm also starting next week as UK brand manager for Mecca Baby, which is basically an Australian company who are wanting to go to the UK. They provide milk warmers, so they are transportable milk warmers, a bit like flasks, but they heat baby's milk up, so expressed milk or artificial milk. They have bottles, and they're all like plastic free, basically. So that's really exciting. I'm really, really looking forward to that, because I know from doing hypnobirthing and also looking after some of the babies that I did hypnobirthing with the parents, the struggles of people going out and about and not being able to heat the milk up as easily, being in a stress, and this product is literally amazing. So I've just got so many things on the horizon that are so fun. But I guess next week I'm going to Adelaide with the girls, with my friends from here, Catherine, who I went to school with, who lives in Melbourne, and another two girls, Zoe and Tasha, and we are driving to Adelaide, which is going to be fun. And we're going to Kangaroo Island, we've got a wine tour, we're going out for some nice meals, I'm really excited. And then I come back and then I go to Brisbane for one night because I am recording a podcast, which is really exciting. So I'll be sharing that soon. And then I come back for like 4 or 5 days and I go to Dubai. I'm excited about Dubai. So I'm going to Dubai on the 3rd. To see someone there, which is going to be fun. And then, maybe I'll go back to Bali. I don't know. I'm free as a bird. I have never left a job without having a job. I mean, I know I've got jobs like lined up, but like a proper midwifery job. Like, I've been a midwife since 2016. I have never, ever known any different. So this is just bizarre. But I love it, and I'm just here for it, and I just can't wait for everyone to see what I get up to, so I can inspire you to leave your job if you don't like it, try new things, go away on holidays, move to a different country, and explore your true potential. I've had quite a lot of questions about my registration and also about permanent residency and what that means about me staying in the country. So as soon as you're granted permanent residency, you can go into whatever job you want. I have signed up for several agencies, so I do have those, which gives me a good gives me opportunity to go and try different cities within Australia to see whether I like them. So I've signed up with 2 different agencies. And then in regards to my registration, so my revalidation is due this year for the NMC. I have just basically, so I'm just a midwife, I'm not a nurse. So I've got my midwifery, NMC, my registration with the NMC, and they know that I'm practicing overseas. So when you move out, you have to do like the statement thing, or just tick a box on the NMC and say I am practicing abroad. I still pay like the £120 a year to be registered, and I'm still doing my revalidation this year because I want to keep my registration up. Like, I would hate for it to lapse. Like, I worked so hard to become a midwife, and even if I'm not doing a midwifery role specifically, hours such as antenatal education, hypnobirthing, birth reflections, breastfeeding, anything like that will all come under midwifery. And go forward for my practice hours. And then out here, I am still with APRA. So I'll still pay my APRA registration so that I can work. And then we'll just see where it takes me. Like, all I'm saying is I don't want to ever have a contracted job again. I'm not saying that I'm never going to do midwifery. I don't know, but at this moment in time, how I feel, I need time away. I need time away to figure out whether it's the right thing for me, or whether there's other things out there that are very similar or to do with midwifery. I'm not just leaving to become an influencer. Like, yes, I'm leaving, and yes, I'm going to start working with companies, but I'm doing it because I want to help people. I have so many people messaging me, how have you done it? How do you do it? How can you help me? What can you do? And at the moment in time, all I can do is give advice, but I don't have any people to say, here you go, this is how you get the job. Here you go, this is where you can live. And here you go, this is what you need to do. And that's what I want to be able to do. I want to be able to do that. But I also want to take it back to education and midwifery that way. You never know, maybe I'll become a doula. Maybe I'll go out and do births, home births, because that is my absolute passion. Low risk home births with kids around, with their dogs there, with cookies in the oven. All of that shit is my jam. So yeah, that's it.